Hello, what's up YouTube? This is going to be my very first video of my new channel. And today I'm going to just briefly share what my daily carries are. Those things I carry with me every day in my pocket, right? Or on my body. So let's go over with this phone. So everyone has a smartphone or any other kind of phone of any sort, and my choice of the phone is the iPhone XS. I didn't choose the XS Max because the internal what's inside between the XS and the XS Max is basically the same, so I just got really cheap for that reason. But then I sold, anyway, this is besides the point, but I sold all my iPads, and then I'm counting on only this device for media consumption, like watching videos, movies, or SNS or whatnot. So now I'm thinking maybe I should have gotten the XS Max, but it's holding up pretty great. And then for this XS, I'm using their official silicone cover, which is very pricey, but the feeling is quite good. And so I used to own Android phone as well. I started my smartphone experience with the Nexus 5, the very first Nexus 5 back in the day. I've got two of them actually, because the first one got stolen and the second one got broken when I dropped it. Then I went by the Nexus 6, and that got broken when riding on a bicycle. So then I gave up and then bought an iPhone SE, and then finally iPhone XS. The water resistance, right? It's not waterproof phone, IP68. I take this to taking shower, taking a bathtub pretty much every night, and then I watch content in the bathtub almost every night, and then I wash this phone directly in the shower every day, every night for over a year. So I would say that this is quite water resistant, and but in some videos cases, people experience that it's got the inside of the iPhone, and then it broke it. So it's your own call. And I was a little bit ambiguous about not ambiguous, ambivalent for the actual usage of Face ID. I was kind of suspicious that whether this really could work. As you can see, it works pretty good. And then also Apple Pay with credit card features are really handy too. So phone of my choice, iPhone XS, hands down. Yeah. And because I have an iPhone, and also the biggest reason is that I have let me unlock. I have music, right? I actually still don't use the online streaming apps or services for the music listening, because I would like to keep all the data, music data, in the actual laptop. I use the old MacBook Air. See, it's got the legacy ports, and it's really old, but I still use them, and then I keep all the music stored inside of the MacBook Air, so yeah, I like that. So that's why I'm using it. And then because I have that, the choice of my earphones, the Beats X wireless earphones. I used on AirPods. So why do I use these earphones? Because I used to have AirPods, right? And every time when you listen to AirPods, you pull it out from somewhere, right? Pocket or your bag, right? You put it out, that's one step. Then you open it. If you have a case, you have to open the case, the second step. And third step, you open the case and then you take it out 4 steps and you put it in your ear, right? And then after you finish listening, you do the same, you go through the same 5 steps all the way through to the end again. So for this one, you just put it on your neck, 1 step, or actually like you put it on when you get out of your house, so that's taken for granted, so it's 0 step. And then when you want to listen, you just turn on the the Beats, turn it on, and then it's got connected, and then you put in your ear, and that's it. So it's 2 steps, and after you finish listening, you just take it off, and that's it. So what bothered me after having used AirPods for maybe 2 years was that every time I have to put them back and then pull them out. That was kind of a little bit hassle. For some people it doesn't matter, but I kind of didn't like it. And the battery life for this is okay. I charge every 3 days, once every 3 days. So yeah, and then what I didn't like about this at first was the sound quality, because if you put these earphones into your ears lightly, not in deep down in your ear, the sound quality sucks. It's like a really light, cheap sound. But only after you put maybe the biggest part on them and stick in your ear as deep as possible, then you can finally listen to those bass sound and the more vibrant music sound, where you could listen to the same on the AirPods when you put them lightly. So pretty much that's the only downside. But there is also a good side of putting them deep down your ear. You don't need what do you call it? Noise canceling. Maybe that doesn't work on the airplane, but on the daily basis, like you cannot hear any outside noise when you do that. So that's good. And as much as I'm a digital person, I'm also analog. Those human inventions are really great, so I appreciate them. And for the choice of watch, I recently purchased Rolex Oyster Perpetual 39mm, reference number 114300, I believe, and the caliber is 3213. I think it's the one of the newest caliber with 2 most useful, effective Rolex patented technology. One is the spring, parachrome spring, that is in blue to protect magnetic, that has a 50 times magnetic resistance compared to the previous one, and also the shock absorber. So those 2 new technologies implemented in this caliber, and then this caliber is only equipped with Oyster 39mm as well as the Digest and also upper sports Rolex models, which can last for 76-hour power reserve. And so even Submariner, the current Submariner or Deep Sea or any other kind, don't even have those two. They only have Parachrome spring, I believe. Yeah, so that's why I chose this model. When you buy a mechanical watch, you really have to consider what's inside, and then that's what's most valuable. Previously, I used to have a Grand Seiko quartz watch because I loved the beautiful dial. Watch dial is no comparison in the domain of watch dial. If you ever have taken a close look at the Grand Seiko's watch dial, there is no comparison in the market. Even Rolex. After looking at the Grand Seiko, looking at Rolex, this is like a really flat, sort of boring, watch face to me. Especially when I first saw the Rolex, the minutes indicator and the seconds indicator and all these hour makers, so cheap, look so cheap, right? Because they're so thin. Look at this second, you can barely see it from camera, right? And then compared to this Grand Seiko, it's got really thick, really great counterparts. But why did I still buy this watch? Because again, first, the mechanical, I really wanted to get the mechanical watch. I don't own any other watches besides this. Actually, I have G-Shock, the very first G-Shock that was started in Speed, the movie Speed by Keanu. So I only own 2 watches currently. I sold the Grand Seiko, unfortunately. So this is my first ever mechanical watch. I liked what's inside here, and then I liked the simple dial. Now I would say it's simple, discreet, and very clean look that can go well with any kind of fashion at any kind of occasion. And then these hour markers as well as the minutes and seconds indicators are made of white gold for the corrosion purposes. And stainless steel is very famous, using the 904L stainless steel that is also used in the aerospace exploration done by NASA. Those mechanics sent to outer space use the similar or the same stainless steel, and then only Rolex uses that, right? That stainless steel. And then Grand Seiko, I remember that was 314L stainless steel. I don't know if the numbers correspond to the quality, but if that's the case, those are the 314L, then this is 404L, so it's much speedier, right? Stainless steel. And I also like the fact that Rolex doesn't show off their beautiful mechanical movements, because they stick to their original philosophy of oysters, that is durable, reliable, and accurate. And that's what the watches are made for, right? And there are many people who buy Rolex for different purposes, like showing off or whatnot, but I bought this Rolex for daily use, as a daily tool, reliable tool that I can use for long time, doing the overhaul, and then possibly pass down on to my children in the future, right? So that's the choice of my watch. And for the wallet, for the most of the time, I use the Apple Pay and other kind of credit cards, using the NFC technology to make a payment. But for many cases in Japan, I currently reside in Japan, they still require the usage of cash, so I have to carry some cash. And then, I used to be one of the guys who really appreciated the leather made wallet, like many of you do probably. And I have even all kinds of leather wallet, whether that's like a long leather wallet or flip type or money clip type. I've owned them all in leather, right? But why do I switch to this kind of, maybe to some of you it's kind of feminine to some extent. This is actually made of I think what is called Okayama jeans. It's one of the very well-known jeans brand in Japan. And then, so the reason why I use this, I switch to jeans material wallet. First of all, look at this, thickness. It's so damn thin, right? It's very thin, even compared to money clip, And second of all, I think many of you experience this, leather wallets need constant maintenance. For example, if it rains, it gets a raindrop on the leather, you have to wipe it off and then put some cream on it after a while, otherwise it's get moldy or whatnot. But and also if you put in your pocket for long time during the summer especially, it gets wet on the surface, which makes it really dirty, right? And then I found it really troublesome to clean up every time, so I switched to this because this one is really thin, definitely thinner than leather, there's no argument for that. And then also it's washable, so if this ever gets dirty, you can just put in the net and then throw it in, and that's it. And then it's got two components. First one, I put some coupons and other membership card here, which I frequently use. Actually, I don't keep this in my pocket anymore. I just put in my bag. And then, as I told you, in Japan, stupidly, they still require cash at the really a local, and then coin here. And then actually the depth of these two components are different. So here it's quite deeper, so you can put large bills in here, and here is less deeper. It's close to the outside, so you can easily reach to the coin. So basically this is it, what I carry every day. I don't carry this, but I bring this along. Wallet, leather wallet, washable wallet, really thin, really reliable, accurate, pristine, beautiful mechanical watch. And iPhone XS, and then Beats X. Yeah, thank you so much. And then if you like to see what's in my bag, put the comment below, and if there's anyone who puts a comment for that demand, I'll create another video sharing what's in my bag. Okay, have a good day.